In any case, the best way now is to find someone to inquire about the situation, and at least to figure out what is going on. After all, others have entered 10 days earlier than him and may know something he don't know. Yang Kai took out 2 communication compasses from the space ring and poured spiritual mind into them. These 2 communication compasses, one is used to contact Yang Yan, and the other is used to contact Qiantong, both of which were left over before, and now they come in handy. As long as they are not too far apart, both parties can get in touch. After waiting for a while, Yang Kai put away the communication compass with a disappointed look. Neither Yang Yan nor Qiantong responded. Obviously, even if they were here, they were far away from him, and they couldn't make contact at all. It seems that he still have to rely on himself. Turning his head and looking at the left and right, Yang Kai casually looked for a direction and galloped over there. Even if he didn't use Star Shuttle, Yang Kai's current speed was extremely fast, but he didn't encounter any living people along the way. However, Yang Kai found a lot of dead bodies here, as well as traces of fighting. Those corpses with monster beast and humans were terrible. It seems that many wars have broken out on this grassland. Judging from the dryness of the blood, it has not been long since the end of the battle. The earliest was since the opening of Emperor Garden. There are still many traces of spiritual herbs collected on the grassland, and it seems that many people have benefited here. After a full half-day, Yang Kai suddenly stopped his figure, turned his head and looked in one direction. Hundreds of miles away over there was a big sound of fighting, mixed with the fluctuations of energy collision which is not weak. Obviously there was a good show going on over there. Yang Kai did not hesitate, and immediately changed direction and flew there. Now he has also been promoted to the level of Void Return stage, and has condensed his chi to the limit. Even in the face of the third order Void Return stage, he still has the power to fight, and he is naturally bold. 100 miles away, he arrived after half at tea time. When Yang Kai rushed to the front and saw what was going on in the battle over there, he couldn't help but raised his brows and shouted in a low voice, "Colorful elk!" Yang Kai's eyes were almost protruding, and he didn't expect to see the famous colorful elk here. He can recognize this monster beast because he once obtained 10,000 years incense in the 6th layer of flowing flame sand field, because one of the main materials for refining 10,000 years incense is the colorful elk. Needless to say, about 10,000 years incense, martial artists cultivating in the fragrance of 10,000 years incense can purify the mind and reduce the demons of the heart. The materials that can be refined are extremely difficult to find, each of which is the body material of a 10th order monster beast, of which the colorful elk is the most difficult to obtain. Because this kind of monster is the legacy of the ancient beasts. Rumors said that it have long since disappeared, so even if some big sects have mastered the refining method of 10,000 years incense, it is difficult for clever women to cook without rice. But as soon as he stepped into this weird place, he met a colorful elk. No, it doesn't seem to be a colorful elk. Yang Kai frowned again, carefully watching the battlefield ahead. This monster beast looked like a colorful elk at first glance. But if you look closely, you can still find some differences. It is rumored that the colorful elk was born as a 8th order monster beast, and when it grown to the peak, it can reach the level of 10th order. Although this one is an adult monster beast, it is obviously only at the level of 9th order, not even at 10th order. Moreover, the colorful glow on its body is not as daunting as in the rumors. The colorful glow of the real colorful elk is its natural talent, divine ability. It has the magical effect of ignoring all defenses. Even if the Void King Realm cultivator encounters it, he has to retreat. If you want to kill the real colorful elk, it is only possible with the joint efforts of several Void King stages. There were a total of 5 people fighting with this colorful elk, 3 men and 2 women. The artifacts each sacrificed are also unpredictable and changing. Even so, the 5 of them did not dare to be careless, and even the 2 of them looked awkward. It seems that he has suffered a lot from this monster beast. The power of various martial skills and artifacts blasted towards the monster beast, but the opponent stood still, standing in place, with an anthropomorphic contemptuous color in the eyes of the beast, and the colorful glow on its body blocked all attacks coming to it. After the collision of energy, the monster beast was unharmed, but the 5 of them were out of breath because of the long battle. Xianxia's arrival did not conceal his figure, which surprised all 5 of them. The most fearful thing in this place is the fact that the mantis catches the cicada, unaware of the oriole behind. However, when their spiritual mind swept across Xianxia and found that he was only a first-order void return stage, they all breathed a sigh of relief. The lowest strength among the 5 is also at this level. There is also the existence of second-order and third-order realm. Naturally, they did not put Xianxia in the heart. After meeting each other's eyes, a middle-aged man separated a part of his mind to monitor Xianxia. The rest of the people continued to besiege the monster beast. Xianxia naturally knew what they did, but he didn't even feel annoyed at all. He would do the same if they changed their situation, it was nothing to care about. However, Xianxia's brows frowned tighter, because he discovered he doesn't know who these 5 people are. Although Xianxia has not had much dealings with cultivators from other forces on the Shadowed Star, when the Emperor Garden was opened this time, he had been outside to condense his own chi. In other words, all people passing by him went to the Emperor Garden, and he has seen most of the cultivators. But these 5 people faces did not look familiar. What surprised Xianxia the most was that the costumes worn by the 5 were quite different from those on Shadowed Star, as if they were not from Shadowed Star at all. Together with this thought, Xianxia's mind fell into the clouds. However, he only came to find someone to inquire about the situation, and did not intend to intervene or interrupt, only to wait for the 5-person battle to end before coming forward to speak. The battle continued over there. After a full half an hour, all 5 of them showed disappointment and retreat. There was no other reason. The monster beast that resembled the colorful elk was extremely difficult to entangle, and the colorful glow covering its body was also unknown. What is this magical thing? It is actually very strong. No matter how the 5 people attack, it can't be broken. Moreover, the counterattack made by the monster beast from time to time was also extremely sharp. By this time, all 5 of them were injured more or less. The abdomen of the most seriously injured black-haired old man was pierced and blood was flowing. Although it was not a serious injury, continuing to delay it would only worsen the injury and gradually weaken the combat effectiveness. Brother Min, why don't we wait for a while and take the long-term plan? Another old man with white hair and beard frowned. Everyone can see that there is nothing to do, not to mention that they can't deal with this monster beast in a short time, even if this place is empty. In case it is found by people during the battle, maybe it will be stolen or caught by other people. After all, Xianxia had found this place following the movement of the battle. The wounded black-haired old man is not a man who doesn't understand the alternative. He nodded and said, "Okay, let's take a step away." The 2 strongest old men have already said so, and the remaining middle-aged men and 2 women who are less powerful naturally have no objection. All 5 of them made a vain move and immediately withdrew from the circle of battle, rushing towards the distance like a whirlwind. He don't know whether it was intentional or unintentional. The direction in which the 5 people left was actually where Xianxia stood. It seemed that they wanted to use him to slightly resist the monster beast. Xianxia frowned and immediately understood their thoughts. Although he was unhappy in his heart, he did not show it. Quickly go. Among the 5, one of them was wearing a black outfit, and a small and exquisite figure, who seemed to be only 17 or 18 years old, screamed at him when she passed by Xianxia. Among the 5, her cultivation level was the lowest. Like Xianxia, she only had the first-order void return stage. Didn't know what technique she was practicing, her strength was not low, but her appearance remained unchanged. Xianxia grinned at her good intentions, and asked, "You don't want this monster beast, right?" The woman wrinkled her eyebrows slightly, and before she had time to answer anything, he was 100 meters away in an instant, shaking his figure several times, and he was already far away. The five wanted to escape, but the monster beast became fierce, and a cry resembling a deer's scream came out. Four hoofs moved, and suddenly turned into a colorful flowing light chasing in the direction where the five fled. The speed is as fast as lightning, almost unpredictable to the naked eye. During the raid, a colorful glow was separated from its body and shot towards Xianxia. Facing such a monster beast, Xianxia didn't dare to be careless, stretched out his hand, and the purple shield stood in front of him. The next moment, the colorful glow collided with the purple shield. Silent. What shocked Xianxia was that his purple shield could not completely defend against this attack. Colorful glow actually saw the shield as nothing, directly penetrated it, and hit his chest. The shield was intact. Is there really a magic to ignore defense? Xianxia was shocked, and wondered if he was clumsy. This is really a colorful elk that were said to be extinct? But soon, he denied this idea, because although the colorful glow did penetrate his purple shield, it was greatly reduced in power, and there was no such horrible power that was just released. If it was the glow of colorful elk, it would definitely not be like this. In this way, even if this monster beast is not a real colorful elk, it has some blood relationship with this ancient beast species. I found a treasure. Xianxia was not shocked and rejoiced. He shook his figure and avoided the attack of the colorful glow. At the same time, with a flick of his fingers, a space blade attacked the monster beast with the momentum of thunder. The other party didn't seem to put Xianxia in the eyes, thinking that a single blow could kill him, and there was no defensive meaning at all. It was only when the space blade got close that it was found to be wrong. At this time, it was too late to escape. The blade of the pitch-black space force slashed on the body of the monster beast. The colorful light shook for a while, and a small hole was actually cracked. The defense that the five people couldn't break no matter how hard they tried, was hit open by Xianxia. After all, Space Blade is one of Xianxia's killer moves. It has the magical power to exile everything into the void. How can its power be estimated by common sense? To be continued.